Hola amigos, bienvenidos al canal de Español con la señora Pérez. Today, we're going to look at el pasado continuo. This is a lesson that I normally teach for my Spanish 3 students. We're incorporating the imperfect tense and the progressive or present progressive. So it's a little bit advanced, but don't worry about it. We're going to get through it together. So first things first, el pasado continuo is also known as the past progressive. And you want to use the past progressive to talk about an ongoing action that has happened in the past. The past progressive is formed with the verb estar, which if you haven't seen that video, you want to go ahead and do so, in its imperfect form, plus the present participle or gerundio. So we're going to be using 2 different grammar concepts. We're going to be building or using them together to build this past progressive tense. Okay? So let's review really quick estar in the imperfect tense. We already know that estar means to be in Spanish. And there's 2 of those verbs. So if you haven't looked that up already, make sure that you do watch those videos. But here we have our endings for the estar verb in the imperfect tense. Remember, when you conjugate verbs, you want to simply drop the ending, in this case is the A and the R, and add one of the following endings. And these are going to be based on your subject, who's doing the action. You got it. That's why we have our grid. So we have aba for yo, abas, tú. El, ella will be aba. Habamos is nosotros. Habáis, vosotros. Ellos, ellas, ustedes, would be haban. And I'll show you examples of how these look in a little bit, okay? Now let's review really quick the present participle. Again, we're still doing verbs, so we know that all of our verbs end in either AR, ER, and IR. So for all verbs ending in AR, if you want to change it to present participle or the gerundio, like the verb hablar, we're going to drop our ending, that AR, and we're going to add a different ending. We're going to change it to ando, A-N-D-O. So we drop off the AR in hablar, and then we add the A-N-D-O, and we are left with hablando. So that's talking. Now here we have the ER and IR verbs like comer and vivir. We're going to drop the ER or the IR, and we're going to add I-E-N-D-O, yendo. So for comer, we have comiendo, and for vivir, we have viviendo. These are all the present participle for the AR, ER, and IR verbs. Now, really quick, here is the formula to put the estar and the present participle together to create this past progressive or pasado continuo. You may want to go ahead and write this down so you have it for future reference. So here's the magic formula. We're going to have the verb estar in the imperfect form, and we're going to then add the verb. We're going to keep our stem, right? Our stem is the everything that does not include that AR, that ER, or that IR. And then depending what verb it was, we're going to add our ending. And remember our 2 endings, ando and yendo. Okay? Like if we were going to use that verb hablar, yo, first person, we know that for estar, our ending is aba, so yo estaba hablando. Okay? I hope you have your notes because we're about to practice. And remember, these are simple, basic practice for you to have. When you see the sentences come up, I'm going to go ahead and read them for you so you know what you have. And then what I want you to do is pause the video. Write these down, write your answers, and then press play. And that way you can watch and see if you got your answers right. Okay, so let's look at the examples or the practice questions or sentences that I have for you. We have 5 different ones, and I went ahead and put the verb that you're going to be using in parentheses, and these are in their infinitive form, so you will have to conjugate them, get rid of the AR, and add your ending. First sentence reads, yo en la fiesta. And I left 2 blanks on purpose for you, so you know that we're going to use the estar and then our present participle. Our verb is pensar. Number 2. Ellos la receta de la cocina. Our verb is escribir. Number 3. Ella en el parque. Our verb, correr. Number 4. Juan, Perla y yo en el concierto. Verb, cantar. And number 5. Tú con el perro a caminar. Our verb is salir. So remember, we have 2 blanks because you're going to want to use that formula, estar. You can go back and look at the chart for your endings. And then the second line is for your present participle. Go back and check for your endings. But go ahead and pause the video, write these down, and we'll get right back with our answers. All right, let's see how you did it. And I really hope that you paused the video and not cheated and looked it up and said, oh yeah, I got this in the bag, because it's a really good practice for you. So I went ahead and highlighted the ending for the present participle, and we have everything that we need. So here are the sentences as they read. Yo estaba pensando en la fiesta. Number 2. Ellos estaban escribiendo las recetas de la comida. Number 3. Ella estaba corriendo en el parque. Number 4. Juan, Perla y yo estábamos cantando en el concierto. And number 5. Tú estabas saliendo con el perro a caminar. How did you do? Bueno, amigos, we have reached the end of our video. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button so that way you have all my videos for a quick and easy reference. You can follow me now on Instagram and at TikTok. My handle is at The Real Señora Perez. You can find me there. As always, gracias. Hasta la próxima.